It's where it's at. You're listening to Left at the Valley. I don't know why you are, but you are.
All right, our next guests, they're the hosts of the podcast Cognitive Dissonance and the much more well-known podcast Citation.
Okay.
Tom and Cecil.
We were doing fine until the intro.
Thank you for having us on. Good day, sir.
All right, we're just gonna set a tone where we say hurtful and true things to each other. That's fine. That's all right. I know. This has started.
Citation Needed is a much smaller show because it has more people on it, and the more people you have on the show, the less people want to listen. How many people on your show?
Yeah, we've got like 6.
I mean, I'm not even sure who you guys are. Like, I heard Cogdis, and I thought it was some podcast about making fun of machines.
I wish it was.
I know.
I wish we just had an entire. We're just like fucking making fun of gears.
God, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
See the machinery.
I'll tell you what, though. The last 4 years, we would have saved our sanity.
We would
the last 4 years for sure. If we
amount
weren't
of-
talking about politics, it would have been so amazing. You're just like talking about some like a hex key or something.
I would rather cover stories of people caught in fucking machinery.
Caught in machinery.
Than the last 4 years.
Interview people who've lost limbs to
it would
machinery.
be happier. They'd be like, I was stuck in the hydraulic press for 36 hours. And he'd be like, this is the greatest story I've ever heard. I love it. I
had an arm until I met the wood chipper.
The DR field and brush mower is not to be messed with.
So how long have you guys been like just podcasting in general? Because I know there's been a couple switches, right?
Yeah. So we just figured it out tonight when we were trying to stream and it failed. But we were on a stream and we were talking about it. Tom's son is 15. And when we decided to do the podcast, he was like maybe 3 months old.
Yeah, he's brand
3
new.
or 4 months old. So we started a podcast then. In April of that year, he was born in December of the previous year. We started a podcast that next April
of 2006,
and then we've been podcasting ever since. So we've been podcasting for that long, and that podcast died in a couple of years, and we did Cogdis. We just celebrated over 10 years of Cogdis. 600 episodes was what we just celebrated on Cognitive Dissonance.
Damn! Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do?
I'm
like
really
a
glad
special
that
one
you mentioned
for
his name.
Yeah.
Now I know who to.
Are you gonna do like a special like 666 episode?
We have a plan.
We're gonna play it up for 666.
So 666. One of the things we wanted to do is raise a lot of money for people to get abortions. So we want to get we want to hold a fundraiser, maybe a live stream where we just raise money for an hour or 2 hours just for Planned Parenthood or something. And I know there's plenty of other organizations out there that we could find that might be a little more helpful than Planned Parenthood, but it would definitely be an abortion-based drive.
Well, based on the new FDA rule today, we could just buy stamps for people.
We could just be stamps. We could do a stamps.com.
Just mail them pills.
Yeah, there you go. Just send them pills. Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Damn. Yeah, because they got that new. It's like a pill that they're sending out to people. Is that?
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
so the FDA. So if there's 2 pills you have to take to induce an abortion, up to 10 weeks, and it's actually the first pill is regulated. Weirdly, the second pill is not regulated, and the first pill, it's the only medication of 20,000 plus approved FDA drugs that you have to go to a specialist and ask them to dispense the pill to you, and then they hand it to you.
Do they have to?
And then they don't have to. You can take it anywhere. You can take it home and take it. You can take it in your car and take it. But you have to like jump through their fucking hoops.
Do you have to
get
go
the pill.
there? Do you have to go there and they show you like a slideshow of like babies for like an hour
Right,
or whatever?
yeah.
Where
They just play that
they have to
documentary,
guilt you there.
Babies.
Yeah, they keep showing it to you over and over. And this is what a baby looks like when they're 1 day old.
Right. Do they have to get on their knees and put their hands up in supplication?
Exactly.
Waiting for
Yeah.
it to be dropped in.
Yeah, they gotta.
It's such.
They
bullshit.
make you name every baby on the slideshow,
Right?
Yeah.
If you can't
Okay,
guess,
So you
just-
get more attached to it. Yeah.
Before you get the pill, you are going to take an hour-long swaddle and cuddle class with these beautiful orphan babies we hand selected to look slightly like you.
Slightly like you.
Just to trigger.
Same hair color.
No connection.
Yeah, nothing
it's
whatsoever.
Just, we make effort.
And we're going to do an ultrasound of your uterus because we can. And we know there's nothing in there. We just want to do it.
We just like to look around.
We just want to do it.
It's like HGTV.
Yeah.
You know, you got to like poke around a little bit before you're going to renovate.
Where you know.
Make sure it's got storage space.
What if it's a load-bearing fetus?
You don't know.
You gotta check that
you
shit
gotta
out.
get permits, goddammit.
They're going to use
Might be a
the
lien,
ultrasound
you know
for
what?
Rorschach test.
Jesus.
That's great.
Yes, that's what we're doing for 666.
Yeah, 666. So come join us. It'll be a good time. Yeah, a year and a half. So yeah.
Well, speaking of charities, man, you guys just did a charity drive for Modest Needs,
Yes,
right? And I don't think I ever heard the final number on that. What did it end up being?
424,000 and change.
Yeah.
All told.
So
it's a huge amount of money.
so-
We had a double donor.
Yeah, so the Modest Needs contacted us. We've been working with Modest Needs for about we worked with them for 4 years, once on our own.
Yeah.
And then once and then we started working with Scathing guys, the Puzzle and Thunderstorm guys, and we teamed up for Vulgarity for Charity with them. So for the last 3 years, they've been reaching out to us ahead of time to say, hey, we've got a few donors ahead of time that are ready to match your donations, meaning anything that we can produce, they will match dollar for dollar. And they normally have large donors waiting for this sort of thing so that they can, the donors, of course, love this because these very wealthy people love the tax write-off, and then they get a chance to help a bunch of people at the same time. And so they're ready to donate. They probably already know they want to donate $100,000, but what we'll do is we'll come on and say, okay, cool, we're gonna try to raise $100,000.
Right.
And it's the incentive and the motivation for us to raise it. So that's what happened. That's what we did. Yeah. And that when we raised the match this time was 100,000. That's what Keith, the president of Modest Needs, told me. And when I came back to tell him that within the first 10 days we had reached 100,000, he said the donor came back to me and he said, I am going to match anything that you guys raise. So we just upped the ante to whatever we could get. And it turned out to be over $200,000 raised by both our audiences. So
nice. And so double that up, and it's
And that charity helps people that are really they're in need. The charity specifically targets people that are on the verge of losing, say, their car, or they're behind on heating payments, or they're about to lose their house. They need to make a house payment. They need to emergency dental, emergency medical. Mom's sick and they need to be able to travel to see mom. So there's lots of things that just people like that are on the margins, they just can't afford. They don't have any kind of bank, any kind of backup, any kind of savings that they can dip into. And so they just need that little bit of support. And so Modest Needs vets those people, and then they wind up paying that bill directly to whoever requested. So if they need a car payment, the people who requested it never see it. And in fact, the people who are who own the car note are the ones who get it directly from Modest Needs.
I think something like the average gift is about $700, if I'm not mistaken. So, something like $400,000 is like, 600 families.
Yeah.
So it's just like, this is the way I always like to think about it is it's like 600 families that get helped. And we have incredible, generous audiences that every time we reach out to the audience and say, hey, here's something that, we think is a worthwhile cause. Every time we've done it, our audiences have rallied around it. And we're really amazed to be a part of that community because they're a generous, spirited community.
And the community themselves, we always hear from so many different sources that the secular and atheist community is not. They don't give as much to charity. And when they take those surveys, they take all the people who give as a tithing. They tithe that money to their churches. And so that money's included in charities. Well, some of that money just goes to paying for the pastor's car and the pastor's heat or whatever. Right. And it's not necessarily a charity. It's just keeping a pastor alive or whatever. And so that money, in our opinion, isn't really a charity, but it still counts as a charity. So the religious communities by far give more money to charity. But we always, every year that this happens, we see an immense outpouring, and we question whether or not that's true just based on the audience that we have. We know it's self-delecting, but it's amazing. The amount of outpouring we see is just outstanding.
It's enormous. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, and it's really helpful too, because like I had a friend that they weren't able. He hurt his leg, so he was gonna be not able to pay rent because he wasn't able to work. And he came and asked me. It's like I know you you're one of those humanist people there, and do you know any charities? And I was like, dude, I just heard about one from on the podcast. And they helped him out, and they
did they really? That's awesome.
Yeah, and they gave him. It was about, like you said, it was about $600 or $700 they gave him, and he was all right. Kept him from
that's great
out on the street.
That's what it takes for a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's the thing. We're such an incredibly, on paper, big number, 30,000 feet. We're a wealthy country, but so many of us are not wealthy. So many people are. I think the number, I remember reading something a while back that's like, a huge number of Americans are like a $400 unexpected debt away from real dire circumstances. Yeah. And that's terrifying to think of in a wealthy country, because in a wealthy country, $400 goes fast. That's an alternator in your car.
Sure.
That's two flat tires because you drove into a construction zone and flattened your tires, man. It's the most mundane oops.
Yeah.
And there's so many people are that close.
Yeah.
And we got to have better systems.
I'm glad they were able to help your friend too.
Yeah, that's terrific.
And they say it's like the wealthiest country, but if that's all in the 1%, you know what I mean? It's like
a wealthy.
Income disparity.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, you got to look at what they count. You know what I mean? It's like if we count the GDP, if we count stock market growth, if we count those sorts of things, and then decide that this country has a lot of wealth. Yeah, sure. All right, fine. But if you count, like, what do most of the people have?
Yeah.
What do the majority of the citizens have? It's not great wealth. It's not tremendous wealth.
No, it's definitely not. But I wanted to ask you. Well, I wanted to ask real quick. Did you hear basically about how Don Jr. can't get in touch with his own dad, and he has to go through Mark?
Yes.
I also love too, like if you looked at his text, do you think he would text Dad, or do you think he would call his dad Donald? Which do you think he would do?
Ooh. Probably,
because I was wondering,
Mr. Trump.
In his phone, it says Daddy Donnie.
I love that he has to can't text his own dad. His dad was in a huff that day.
Yep.
And he couldn't text him, and he had to text his handler. That's amazing. So
can you imagine being so fucking volatile that your fucking kids are afraid? They either don't have your fucking contact number, or they're like afraid that you're going to give them bad news. And you're like, I don't give bad news through that other fucking guy. Really? Really? Yeah, my kids will tell me anything. My kids will be like, I shat in your bed. I don't even care.
I don't
It's
know.
like,
I kind of want a
fuck.
guy.
What?
Wouldn't it be great? Like, your kid sent like a dude. He's all in a suit, and he's like,
Yeah.
all right, so my client has shat upon your bed. He feels bad about it. We'll
Okay,
consider
well, now we
punishment
know the
later.
guy's lying. Yeah.
Actually,
now we know he's
that's
lying.
a good. I want an intermediary between me and
so good.
everybody.
Every
Nobody
single
should be able to get right to me.
That'd be so great.
That'd be amazing.
God, that'd be amazing. I want a guy for everything. I want to be rich enough where I'm like Elon Musk, where I just have a guy who does anything for you. You're just like, I have a juice guy who just brings me juice in the morning.
But I want a guy for each kind of juice.
Oh, there you go.
I want an apple juice guy.
He's just
who's
on
just
call.
there in case
He's
I
just
want
on
apple
call.
juice.
He's just there with a cider press, just going
Yeah.
after it.
Man.
Like, yeah.
I want him, and he every morning he makes juice even if I might not want it.
Oh,
He just pours it right down the
I'll
drain.
tall you what, Tom. Wealth is wasted on the wealthy.
It is.
wasted on the wealthy.
We would do some really great. We would be job creators.
Job creators.
Think of all the jobs we would create.
It's job creators, man. So
They'd
The
be like,
number, the staff on standby, I could imagine
So
uses
good.
for.
God,
Holy
he's so
shit!
good.
Not opening my mail myself. I got a mail opener. A knife? No, I got a guy. He's a mail opener.
And every person needs like a backup person in case
Yes!
they're sick.
Well, what if they get sick? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Vacations, holidays. Yeah,
And you need the inspector too to make sure the juice is good and everything. You know.
that's true.
Yeah, you need your
These-
poison sniffer.
You're gonna have to have a whole. There's gonna have to be like tiers of management. And it's a whole thing.
That's outstanding.
Your mail opener would have to be a lady, though.
I'm the head of
opener.
juicers.
Female, male.
And everybody would have a title that suggested they were some sort of engineer. Everybody,
absolutely.
right? It would be like, yeah, I am a fructose dispense engineer.
You would have to have a,
Really?
You'd have to have a title guy who gave everybody titles.
Well, I'm not coming up
Yeah,
with
no, you
myself.
wouldn't think of it on your own.
That's
That's
outrageous.
outrageous.
I'm
Don't be
paying
silly.
people for this work,
Don't be
Cecil.
stupid.
You got to start out with the guy to get guy. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the
Gets
bad guy.
I'm not
who gets
doing
all
my
the
own
rest of the jobs.
hiring.
Right.
Jesus.
So it's like the title guy, like gonna do like quirky stuff, like coding ninja.
Right.
But yeah, that was just
Crazy billionaire money.
Right. Yeah. But because that I think is what speaks the most about that whole January 6th thing. It wasn't even necessarily the fact that Trump got him all riled up. It was the fact that he didn't do anything while to the point where even the Fox News hosts and do all news hosts have
Mark Meadows'
evidence?
phone number.
Yeah.
Evidently.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
normal?
I just got the chief. I'm a fucking talking head on a TV show, so I definitely have the personal cell phone of the chief of staff of the president.
It's weird that
Right.
they didn't read any MSNBC hosts texting him.
Right.
It is.
You know,
Yeah.
a little
Well, they
strange,
probably just
huh?
haven't come out
Yeah.
with the no.
Yeah,
100% no.
No,
does
because Liz
Biden-
Cheney was reading them, so she would have read anything that came out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. I wonder,
Yeah.
does Biden have a guy that's connected? Does MSNBC email or
Right. Like
text?
there's
Have a
Biden's
have a
guy?
hotline to Biden? Do they have a red
Yeah.
phone? I don't know.
Do you think the
weird.
phone is under like a fucking racist head statue, like a Commissioner Gordon, but it's like
Oh, it's
like
just
some
it's just
fucking-
somebody in blackface, like
Right.
it's Abe Lincoln in blackface.
Yo!
Abe Lincoln in
That's
blackface. That's it.
That's it right
That's
there.
it. That's perfect.
Can you imagine going to commission that? All right, I'm gonna need a bus with a head with a phone in it, and it's gonna be Abe Lincoln in blackface. Don't ask a lot of questions. Refer those to my questions guy.
once again billionaire money.
Crazy billionaire money, Benjamin. Crazy.
You gotta have at least $150 billion before you can get there.
Sold. Done. I'm inventing electric cars. Did anyone do that already?
No, nobody's done it.
God
well.
damn it.
You mean you're buying electric cars from somebody else with your dad's emerald mine money?
Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say I invented it. I'm okay. You're just
Okay, yeah.
yeah, I'm the new Tony Stark. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
It's in a
okay.
magazine somewhere. Very important.
Whatever, Justin Hammer.
You guys said Trump didn't do anything during those riots. I am confident he was jerking off to it. I am. He was watching that one-handed on his phone.
Yeah.
Just absolutely.
I will say, as the day played out, when you saw what was happening, he didn't do anything to stop it. But there was so many moments throughout the day where everybody realized, I think everybody on the outside that wasn't there realized how bad it was, even the conservatives. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're looking at conservatives texting, and these are hardcore conservatives, Sean Hannity's texting, Laura Ingram's texting, Donald Trump Jr.'s texting. I'm sure there's plenty of other texts that we're saying, gosh, this has got to stop. He's got to end this right now. This is looking really bad for us. Everybody knew it looked terrible. Everybody on the outside knew it looked terrible. And
Everybody
he did
on the
nothing.
outside was scared.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
He did nothing about it. And then at 7:00, he had that weird hostage video where he comes out and he's standing really weirdly rigid.
And he's blinking in Morse
he's-
code.
Yeah, and he's just standing there. He's like, "You should all go home now. I don't like this." And then they kept cutting weirdly because he got off script. So there's cuts in that video. I don't even know if you can find that video anymore, but they cut that video. He's going off script. He is because they have to cut to the side one to get him back on script. And they did it over and over and over again. And he was being it was like a hostage video.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a North Korean fucking captain.
It was 100% like John McCain.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because like, we love you. You're very special was not in the goddamn script. There's no.
No,
writing
which
that.
is why they have to cut it each time. They cut it to the side and they're like, stop saying you love these people. They are literally taking paintings from the Capitol right now.
There's a gallows for your number 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Outside.
Yeah.
And there's like a narrative on Fox. They're like, they're tourists, not terrorists. And it's like, I've been a tourist a lot of places. I've never brought my own gallows. I just assume if I need one, there'll be one.
Yeah, no, if you're gonna need one, you should rely on the city for that.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who the fuck is like, I'm bringing a gallows? That's fucking heavy. Yeah, it's worth it.
Coach not to use a local gallows.
I've got an
Okay,
idea.
what?
I've got an idea. Billionaire money, portable
Gallows.
like gallows that just close up and you can just snap them open
Like a
real
briefcase.
quick.
Oh, like
a briefcase.
Yeah,
You just
the
flip it
Jetsons.
open and a gallows
Like an
comes up.
umbrella.
Yes.
An umbrella gallows. You
Yes.
just-
That's
it's unlucky
perfect.
to open your gallows inside.
don't
though.
open your gallows
Don't
inside.
open a gallows
whatever you
inside.
do.
It's-
Yeah.
yeah.
Over a
But
mirror.
like, what was Pence thinking this whole time? Do you think he's just like sitting there shaking? He's like, "Mother, I don't want to hang."
I guaranteed 4 or 5 senators filled their pants. Guaranteed they filled their pants.
yeah.
Guaranteed. Because I'll tell you what, if I was there, I'd have filled my pants. That was a scary
as fuck.
Watch the Washington Post, video where they linked all the videos together. So they did a really interesting thing. They took all the video that they could find from this they linked it together, and they did a narrative where they showed a floor plan on where the people were and what the video was playing at the time. And they are literally steps away from the senators at one point, steps away from them, and they get turned away down one hallway, but they could have easily, and they were banging on the door while they were in session.
Yeah.
So they didn't get out in time. They had to be removed from a different door that was secured, but they were banged. They had to put fucking benches up against the door like it's a zombie invasion.
Oh, it's the
It
thing.
was.
The zombies would even be better because they're not. I mean, it's almost like you can. Zombies aren't smart. They're just gonna like walk.
Right.
Past, these people are really
they're
angry and want to
conservatives.
kill you.
Yeah.
That's
and not
different.
smart. And not smart.
Yeah.
I mean, not smart.
Luckily,
Zombie
every
level
senator
stupid.
has backup pants.
Yeah. There's a Secret Service guy who just dives and puts the diaper on him. He's like,
Yeah, we got this.
The bodyguard music plays.
and
It's so funny too to see all these hosts. They're like, everybody's calling me a hypocrite. Let me show you what I put out that day, because they're like, they were saying one thing, but then they were calling, texting Mark Meadows and saying a different thing. And now they're all on the defense and they're
yeah.
they're still not helping though, because they were all like, it was Antifa. It was Antifa.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck out of here.
Within hours, they were saying it was Antifa. Within hours, they were trying to blame somebody else. They were trying to spin it as best they could. They knew they fucked up. They knew that a big swath of their people had fucked up. And they had basically done exactly, they did exactly what they said they wouldn't do. I don't know if you saw, but there was tweets beforehand saying if Trump doesn't win, we will just go home, unlike, BLM or whatever they were basically saying. They're trying to compare it to that. And they're saying that instead of like, and they didn't. They totally 100% didn't. It was exactly the opposite of what they had claimed was going to happen.
I can't get over too that like it's this time of like immense existential peril and crisis, and they're like, I'm gonna send a text message. Pick up the phone.
I know, right?
Pick up the phone and make like, you know what?
No, we
I'm
don't use
calling.
phones anymore.
I,
Don't call.
why
me.
would you create a record that somebody could read though?
I'm so glad they did.
What the
Fair.
fuck?
Yeah.
How fucking stupid are you? HR 101, man. Don't put that shit in writing. The fuck? That's the thing is we've gotten so fucking like lazy and weird about talking to each other. It's like, well, I'm gonna make this permanent electronic record of my hypocrisy in a time of crisis. Pick up the phone. This is the time. Well, just pick up the phone.
Yeah.
At least do a fax,
Yeah.
Fax is a rip-off,
Fax is not going to be better.
No.
Okay, let the record read.
Yeah. Also, come on. We're talking about Fox News. There's no facts at Fox News.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Facts and facts. It's a
That
pun.
was very good. It was very good.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do you think this committee's gonna like actually lead to?
Oh God, I don't know,
arrest
man.
there?
I don't know, man.
I do. Yeah,
I don't know.
I do. I do. I think they're gunning hard. I think yeah. I can't imagine how they don't. They've shown that they've got some balls with their contempt charges. I think their contempt charges are like, we are not fucking around. Like Mark Meadows has been referred to the Justice Department for criminal contempt for failure to appear. I don't think that this is a fuck around committee. I think even the Republican members of the committee, Cheney, they are not fucking around. I think there's accountability to be had right now.
I hope so, because I've been so disappointed for the last, let me check my watch, 6 years that I would really like to not be disappointed. And that would be great if I wasn't disappointed yet again, again and again and again, where there's some sort of investigation, which hopefully turns into something. And then, because you hear about like everybody in the world knows that these things happened. But in order to somehow get it through, it has to go through this weird Byzantine process where it has to be said aloud in this one little room in order for something bad to happen, when it's just like everybody knows that happened. Yep. Like everybody knows that happened. Yeah, we watched it all happen. We literally watched it happen. Yep. We literally watched it on TV while it happened. The entire nation sat and watched it live.
Right. But I think what we're finding out is just how deep the involvement was of so many of the people on the administrative side to help make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen.
And to make sure that it didn't stop when it began happening. And that shit's coming out. Yeah. And those people they're exposed. Their fucking pants are down.
Yeah. And we'll see if that has something happens to them. Because for 4 years, there was scandal after scandal after scandal.
Yeah, I know.
And nothing happened.
You're right. You're right.
The Mueller, with Mueller, we thought that was going to lead to something. Yeah. And nope.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. But this whole thing is like watching your kids in the corner playing with a lighter, and you walk over and give them another one.
I know. It's exactly
it. Down, honey. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. You're just standing there giving a really weird speech about why the house burned down.
This house is on fire, but
but my child was a very beautiful child.
They were very beautiful children with very beautiful lighters.
Yeah.
Hey, there were great lighters on both sides. Okay, right. Great lighters on both sides. That's right. We didn't start the fire. That's all I'm saying.
Like I had the fire extinguisher, but I disagree. I disagree with the fire extinguisher, so I didn't use it.
Well, I don't know if you heard about this. There was a hate crime that was done against Fox News with the lighting of their tree.
Oh, the Christmas tree.
Anti-Christian hate crime.
What a tragedy.
Man.
Such a loss of a pagan symbol of Saturnalia.
Man.
Such a loss.
Such a terrible thing.
About it. The tree cost them $500 million. Who the fuck fleeced them?
Wait a minute, real?
No.
$500,000.
No, $500,000. Yeah. Sorry, I over-exaggerated there.
Even that.
I know.
For a tree, there's some fucking dude.
$1,000? What did it have a downstairs? Like, what are we talking about?
No man's wood is worth $500,000.
It's not even a tree, though. It's a metal frame covered with tinsley crap.
For $500,000?
Yeah.
A tiny little frame and just all this crap all over.
I mean, how much does the tree in, say, Rockefeller Center cost, right? Probably more, but that thing is fucking beautiful, right? Like,
wow. $500,000 for a metal I mean, inflation and the advanced cost of steel, everything's going up. It's hard to get stuff. No, what? That's 2 houses.
Okay, over under for if it was built in China. True. What do you guys think?
Wow.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I mean, imagine what it would have cost if they hadn't ordered it on Wish.
Well, when it was on fire, I made a wish. So,
if you're willing to wait 12 weeks, you can get a deal on.
Yeah, but they're talking about this guy who burned it down, and they want him to be prosecuted for a hate crime. Because I don't know if you know about the bail reforms in New York. They don't keep people in unless they've committed crimes that are going to actually hurt people. Like they give you no bail. So he got away with no bail.
Yeah,
and they're like, no, it's a hate crime because that's one of the things you can have bail for. So that's what they're trying to convince people it's a hate crime. So this guy has to stay in jail until his trial.
Yeah, and Kilmeade was like, "What if it's a hate crime just against us?" I'm like, you know what a hate crime is, man? Like, what are you doing?
No, just because I hate something doesn't make it a hate crime. Like,
I imagine there's a lot of hate crimes where someone hates something and makes a crime. I imagine there's a lot of road rage is a perfect example of a hate crime.
Right.
But it's not a hate crime.
That's
unless it's a hate crime.
That's
you know what I mean?
How that works.
I think you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think
It's that good old thing where they try to use our words against us, but they don't really know what they mean.
Right.
Yeah, that's exact. It's like, well, the colloquial definition of hate suggests that as long as my heart is filled with rage, everything. It's like, you just fucking, well, a theory, by the way, get the fuck out of here forever. Get a dictionary, use it once, even accidentally.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck that Christmas tree. Fuck that. Who cares?
Yeah, I
stupid weird Christmas tree. You're weird.
It's sad that somebody damaged somebody's property. You know, just for. I mean, it's just like
should have done it.
He's just an arsonist or whatever, and he just lit it on fire or whatever. He shouldn't have done it. It's stupid, but I couldn't care less that. And they're insured. Like fucking if you pay, nobody has a $500,000 thing worth $500,000 and they didn't insure it.
The other side of that coin, Cecil, is. It's Fox News, so fuck them. I hope everything bad happens to them forever.
I hope they don't have insurance.
You know,
I hope people refuse their insurance.
I hope I hope every car in their parking lot doesn't start tomorrow. Like, I just hope every bad thing. Like, I hope the fucking coffee is all fucking weird and tastes bad.
I just want
every
single coffee filter has
every
a
bad
hole
thing.
in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I want the toilet paper to be too thin so your fucking finger pokes through it when you're wiping your ass in the bathrooms. Every bad thing at Fox.
You go over
every bad thing.
Laura Ingraham gives you the stink palm when you shake her hand.
Right. I really hope that they have a mandatory vaccine. Oh, wait, they do.
Yeah.
And they just lost like their only normal, like halfway normal dude.
Yeah, Chris Wallace is gone.
Wallace.
Yeah. How did he stay there that long?
Why did he leave?
He left to go to CNN. He's doing something with CNN now.
Oh, okay.
Real news.
Yeah, is he taking over for Chris Como?
I mean, they also lost.
Maybe, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
There's an opening. Hey, is he going to be governor too?
I mean, we can have more people on this podcast.
Yeah. He won.
Chris Wallace gets to come and be your fifth wheel. That'd be amazing.
They also lost two people after that stupid Tucker Carlson thing. Like, two people pieced out of there. I'm trying to remember who their names are. Tucker Carlson put out a documentary about January 6th. I'm trying to remember what it was called, like Patriot Unleashed or some fucking crazy. I'm making that up, but I may as well not be.
You know, not. I'm gonna
it's probably not.
Wait, am I right accidentally?
It's so amazing if it was Patriot Unleashed. God, I hope it is. From now, I'm making a shirt. I'm making a shirt. Patriot Unleashed.
What the fuck was it called? Google it real quick. You guys know what I'm talking about. He put out a documentary about January 6th, and a couple of people at Fox were like, "That's it. I'm done. I'm out," because he suggested it was a false flag.
Oh wow!
It was like patronizer. It was just one word. And it was like
patronizer would be amazing too.
The patronizer.
The patronizer would be
I am the patronizer.
That'd be amazing too.
He like shows up and like, well, actually,
he could just, if he's looking for people to work for him, he could just hire Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh God,
they're fast friends.
He's
head of security.
He's on that American Dream tour now, right? Like.
He's going to be at Talking Points USA. He's going to be speaking at their conference. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, they
What the fuck does he have to say?
I don't know. I mean, like, I killed two people. I don't know what you said.
Like, I killed 2 people and
I murdered people, guys.
Is he touring with OJ?
I know, right?
Like, how to get away with murder? What the fuck? Is he going to write a book like, I did it and you all saw me?
I fucking bad. Yeah.
Like
the documentary was called Patriot Purge.
Okay.
Purge. Okay.
There you go.
What did you call it?
Patriots Unleashed.
Patriot Unleashed is so better. It's so much better. It's so much
better.
The
Reckoning.
It's so much better. God, it's so good. 100%. the lead characters in Patriots Unleashed are going to have to be Mel Gibson. Okay, that's number one, and Liam Neeson. Those are your two Patriots that have been unleashed.
But can they be playing the part of Madison Cawthorn and
Josh Hawley?
Who's the one-eyed guy?
They have like Kevin Sorbo as a side part.
The one-eyed guy is what is his name?
I can't think of his name.
Crawford, something Crawford or
Crawford.
Something? No, it's like
Crawford McCrawfordson.
Yeah, it's like Crawford McCrawfordson.
Yar.
What is his name?
That's it right there.
I appreciate your
his name?
accuracy.
What is that guy's name? I don't know.
This is
Anyway,
a high level
who cares?
political
He's
discussion.
an idiot.
Yeah, it literally couldn't possibly matter.
Yeah, I
any
know.
less.
It doesn't matter. He's just a.
Yeah.
All right, we're waiting for him.
I
Let me
mean,
look him up. One-eyed, eyed.
Willie? One-eyed Willie.
Flying
could-
purple
Congressman.
leader.
Gibson doing Matt.
One-eyed Congressman.
Calling Congressman from Texas.
Crenshaw.
Crenshaw. There you go.
yeah,
Dan
that's right.
Crenshaw.
Yar.
Yar. Tis Dan Crenshaw. Patriot Unleashed he is.
He looks like he should be petting a white cat all
He
the time.
100% looks like that.
Yeah.
God, he looks amazing. He is such a villain in every movie.
The Republican Party is seriously like one metal arm away.
I guarantee. Okay, so what's gonna happen is somebody's come. You remember Destro from G.I. Joe with the metal face?
oh yeah.
Someone is gonna come out as a senator and be Destro. They're gonna have a big metal face, and there's just gonna be their lips aren't gonna move.
Yeah, right.
It's just gonna be you're just gonna hear like. So my platform is that kill everyone, and you're just gonna be like, no, that guy's gonna get fucking elected. He's
And,
gonna run.
yeah.
He's gonna run on another ticket with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and he's gonna be president one day.
100%. That won't even feel weird.
No.
By the time Serpentor is fucking standing at a dais hurling snakes at
and
the
people?
crowd,
100%.
we're all just gonna be like,
100%.
yeah, we all thought we saw this coming. We saw
it
this coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The knowing is half the battle.
Super villain, the Green Bobert. You know.
There is gonna come a time where I am worried that Sergeant Slaughter might not save us.
I know,
like that's
right?
just it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, he never was.
Sergeant Slaughter became an alcoholic in 2016. He gave up on the world. We all should, actually. Where's my drink?
Holy shit. Oh man.
All
Did
right.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm planning on taking a left turn, and so if you want to like keep going on this
Left
route.
turn it.
No, I'm
No,
good.
I
Left it.
All right.
like left.
Tom and Cecil, I have a very important question. Cecil,
Oh.
when are you going to be getting a cookbook out for us?
Oh, gosh. I really wish I could. I will say this, though. Okay. We actually wrote a regular book over the last year, and we're releasing it in the next 2 months. So the reason why I haven't been doing as much cooking as lately is because Tom and I have been working with an editor. We wrote a book. We started writing it last year after the election. It's a book on critical thinking called The Grand Unified Theory of Bullshit.
We should have wrote it before the election. It
really
turns
should.
out.
And so we're going to release it hopefully in the next couple months, where it's at a formatter right now. So that's why I haven't, but I will have one, I guarantee, in the future,
Cookbook
probably
or
far
just more
future.
videos?
All right.
Cookbook
It's-
and more
Okay.
videos, guaranteed. I'm writing up I have a whole list of things I want to do, but it's just been so, like, there's been a lot going on with this, so like I haven't had an opportunity to do it.
You guys, I am personally still waiting for his French onion soup recipe, which he is my best friend, and I am hounding him for this forever. And I'm never gonna stop. Now it's on fucking tape and everything, because it is still one of the best meals I've ever had in my life was at his house.
Yeah.
All right.
Seriously
One more
though, is it too late to change the title of your book to Mind Unleashed?
Patriots Unleashed. That should be the that should actually be the subtitle.
Subtitle, yeah.
Subtitle is, yeah,
Unleashed.
Patriots Unleashed. We love it.
All right, Cecil, I got another one for you. Now we know you have swords and we know you have cooking knives. Which have you spent more money on?
Oh, that's a good
That's a good question. Definitely the swords. Definitely the swords. Yeah, no, swords cost a lot of money, it turns out, because there's a lot more steel. So it just costs a lot more money. And the people who do them have to do them custom, because like you got to get a guy. And so all your stuff is custom. And so the stuff you spend money on it's intensely expensive. You can get a
you have a
good
black
chef's
guy.
knife for like $70. You know what I mean? Like you're spending at least $400 on a rapier.
You should
All right.
move to Texas where you can just walk around with that sword in public.
Oh my God.
And I gotta have a gun on my side too. I gotta have a piece, some kind of gun.
You can now conceal that gun without a license here too.
Oh my God.
Really? Without
Really?
a license?
Yes.
So you could just go.
My God.
Is there any test at all in Texas to buy a gun?
No.
So like, do you need an ID?
The test is, do you
I mean,
want a
like,
gun?
there's the
That's
federal law, but that's it. Like beyond federal law, there's nothing.
So there's
like,
there is a waiting period still, right?
yeah,
Because
you
that's
still
federal.
have to do all that. But there's some ways around it ish. Like you can trade guns between individuals.
Okay, that I think you can do that in Illinois. I think I can go trades.
You can trades.
Oh,
you can
wow.
trades.
You can do trades.
I think I can-
There's some ways, or you can.
I think I could
buy
just
it from
give you a
somebody.
gun.
Yeah, you can give them
it
away
to
too.
'em. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can give it to me, and then I can just pay you some other side way too.
Right.
So
I like it.
my
Sexual
Canadian
favors,
mind-
whatever.
yeah. But yeah, no. So you used to in most states, you have to go get a concealed handguns license. You at least
Yeah.
have to
That's
take
what we
these
have.
Classes. In
Yeah.
Texas, they recently passed this law where like, nah, you're cool. You want to hide it? You're fine.
It's hilarious. We have the worst. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just to say, in Canada, it's a lot different.
Oh, really?
Weird.
But oddly enough, people who want to own guns, they own a lot of guns.
Sure. Yeah. But you can't. Like,
Hard.
yeah. But it's just different. It's just I have a friend who was a police officer in Canada who was telling me like we use one of the things he said, which I think was really funny, is like we use almost exclusively United States footage to show cops what not to do. He said like we show cops all the time like what not to do. But he basically said, he's like, yeah, people have guns in Canada all the time. You just can't travel with them loaded, and you can't like there's specific rules
Like common
about
sense
traveling.
shit.
But it's really super common sense. He's like, but you could have like tons of guns. He's like, you could have as many. He's like, you could just have like a shit ton of. He's like, we have plenty of guns. He's like, we just don't have the gun violence you guys have.
Yeah, I have a friend who's got a gun. I think it's a bazooka, to be totally honest with you.
What?
I'm not even joking. I don't know.
What?
I will
A
find
rocket
out. I will tell you for sure. But his brother was a gun nut and passed away and left everything to him. And there was one that my ex-husband lifted, and it weighed at least 50 pounds. It was
Wow.
Jesus Christ! What? Okay, I don't think you can have bazookas here. You can't have a flamethrower though.
Yeah, you can have a flamethrower.
That's
yeah.
a weird thing that I learned. You can have flamethrowers in like every state, I think. And in most states, you can have a silencer for your gun, which is
Oh yeah, then that's illegal.
that's weird to me
Yeah.
too.
I was
And
just thinking-
Illinois, we have like pretty strict. We have like the most stringent handgun laws for concealed carry.
But they're an absolute joke.
They are a
They're
fucking
an
farce.
absolute joke. They're an absolute joke. They're the worst.
yeah, anybody if you can't get through the process,
So
holy
You're
smokes,
the
I
worst.
don't know how you get through any part of your
yeah,
life.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that you could pull if you can't get through that experience. I would doubt that you could successfully pour a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I would bet against you if it was like Rice Krispies versus that guy. I'd be like, fucking
Yeah,
Rice
Rice
Krispies
Krispies all day.
will snap,
All
crackle,
day.
and pop their way
All
across
day.
that man's ass.
All right, so another quick question for both of you. D&D minus, are you ever planning on guesting? And if so, what class and race would you be?
They haven't asked us to come on, but they specifically said to me, he said to me that if I do come on, they want to do a space version of the game. So if I come on, I want to see if I can be a Jedi or a guy who's pretending to be a Jedi. So that's what I want to do.
And I am literally the world's biggest buzzkill. I've never played D&D or role play games. So I wouldn't even know how to start beginning to think about I don't know what classes are. I've never played one, so I don't know what to do.
Well, and that's an
fine.
interesting thing because we know a lot about Cecil's hobbies. Hi, Luna. But Tom, we don't hear a lot about your hobbies.
I don't like honestly, like the podcast is kind of my hobby. I've got 4 kids and a full-time job, and like the podcast is kind of the thing that I do that's not those things. Like for real, like yeah, I do 2 podcasts, and I write. I do try to write whenever I have some time. So I've got a blog that I write to my boys. To call that a hobby would be a little extravagant though, because I don't write in it frequently enough, especially over the last year, to really call that a hobby. I am a poet, so I do write some poetry. I used to do more with that. I used to go out and do readings and do publishings and stuff like that. I don't do that stuff so much anymore. I just kind of write for myself. But yeah, the podcast is really what I consider my primary hobby, I guess.
Yeah,
So-
Hershey,
No
why you gotta
breakdancing.
call Tom out for being boring?
He's the one who started the boring stuff by saying that he's never played D&D.
No, I know. I feel like the world's biggest fucking buzzkill though, because like I don't really play any games. I don't play video games. I don't play tabletop games. I think they look fun. I just kind of have just never gotten into them. And Cecil and I have played Halo before a few years ago, and we had a good time. I think it's a super fun thing to do. I just never really kind of make the time to do it. I'm boring as fuck.
He is. He's got a bunch
I'm
of
so
kids.
like I
Wherever
said,
he's
I'm
not
the world's
here,
biggest buzzkill.
He's got literally 3 kids on him. He's like it's like they just get attracted to him. And he's got to carry him wherever he goes.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's terrible.
Like there's like 4 kids.
I know.
2 step kids, 2 like biological kids. Like at some point, somebody's throwing up someone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say that's all I got.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
I can go through the
Wow.
I can go through the stuff that came up on the cognitive dissonance group, but I think Tom said that he was thinking about doing an AMA.
Yeah, because I just talked to Cecil about it today. 'Cause I saw the fans thing, and I know that people were interested. So Cecil and I thought maybe
We might do one.
AMA.
We might do one in the future. We might actually do one to see if the puzzle guys want to do one, because we want to do one for Citation Needed. So yeah.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Well,
Yeah.
I have some questions. So, because you said, and I feel like I've heard you say you just do with cognitive dissonance, you guys are just kind of hanging out, right? But for Citation Needed, Noah writes down everything everybody says, right?
Oh no!
Oh,
What?
no.
No! What? That's horrifying. No!
It trusts
Is
you
it
all the
scripted
way
at all?
down.
It's
Very scripted. Yeah,
the whole
it's
thing
highly
is
scripted. So we one person will sit down and write a script, and so they do the quote unquote research. It's not really research. You just read a Wikipedia article. Sometimes people will do a little more extensive research. I know I have done in the past, and other people have done. Sometimes I'll watch a documentary. Sometimes I'll watch I'll read an Smithsonian article or something, and then you write about 5 pages worth of text on what you want to tell the story on, and then that gets handed out to everybody 4 days before we record, and then everybody puts in their jokes and interjections in that script, and then we read that script. Now we do go off script quite a bit, so sometimes someone will say something that you hear out loud that you didn't put together while you were reading the script, and you have a joke, and so you want to say it, and we're very open to people interrupting each other, and so there's a lot of back and forth there. And then I'm the editor of that podcast, so I decide what goes at the end. And there's jokes that never make it because they weren't funny to us, and so maybe they're not funny to other people, and so they don't make it into the show. And then sometimes there's things that Eli says that can never be played to anyone ever, and those can't ever be in the show. So
That sounds about right.
yeah, that's the process. But yeah, there is a lot of
That's a
script.
highly scripted
That's the scripts are about between 12 and 15 pages each for each episode.
when they're complete. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have it's a big long process. But
Yeah.
it turns out good, and I think that
Right.
show is really funny. I think that
That's
show
a
is very
super
funny.
fun show to do.
Oh,
It
great.
takes a fair amount of time to write one, for me at least. Like it takes maybe, if I'm writing the essay myself, like I'm about a 5 to 6 hour write to
Yeah.
write an essay, give or take. But I do a lot of my reading and writing at the same time. So like I'll read something and then I'll be like, okay, cool, and then I'll sit down and write it, and I'll have a screen open, my screen open, and I'll sort of write at the same time, and then writing jokes takes time. And
Yeah,
then you got to do some of these guys. Cecil and Eli write the bulk of the skits.
The skits in between.
So
Cecil, do you have like an entire hard drive full of blackmail for Eli? Someday?
the man would have to have shame.
I save all the raw. I have all the raw. I never throw it out, so I have it. But I would have to dig through it all to remember where he made all the really horrible, offensive comments. So
How do you
which is
blackmail
every
a man who has
episode.
no shame?
I know. He has no shame.
Play it
Like,
for
yeah.
fun.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably offer to write it on his own forehead. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He's upset Cecil cut it.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, thank you so much for coming on. This has been really cool.
Yeah, guys, it's fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast every time. Thank you so much for having us.
You
We
guys are
really do
great.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is kind of our big end of the year bash before we take
Yeah,
a
it's the
bit
last
of a
one.
break.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for thinking of us, and thank you for inviting us on.
It's very nice of you.
Absolutely.
You got to have him do the thing, Brent.
Oh yeah, you gotta say.
Don't
Okay,
forget,
so
Brent.
you gotta say hi. We're Tom and Cecil from Cognitive Dissonance, and we took a left at the Valley.
All right.
Do we have to say it exactly
We have
together?
to do it similar.
Both
We'll
gotta
do it
do
similar.
it.
I'll do. So you go. Hi, I'm
Should we
Tom.
harmonize?
You go, hi, I'm Tom, and I'll say I'm Cecil, and you could say I'm left at the valley. We took a left at the valley. Okay, so ready, go.
All right. Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Cecil
And we took a left
at the valley.
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 Yeah.
At-
Cool.
Perfect.
I think we did a good job.
Let's try
That
one more
was
time.
great.
All right.
Let's say,
Okay.
I'm going to say from Cognitive Dissonance. So go try it one more time.
Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Cecil from Cognitive Dissonance.
And we took
At
the valley.
Left at the valley.
Yeah.
We were on sync.
I think we did it
Did
better.
you feel that?
Was that better?
I felt
think it was
that.
better.
Like, you know, when you just get in that vibe?
I feel like I need to burn
God
myself
damn.
off a little.
Goosebumps.
Woo!
Goosebumps.
Holy shit.
All right.
That might be the best tape we've ever delivered.
I'm telling you what, in the presence of masters. That's all it is.
All
In
right,
the presence.
Tom-
10,000 hours. 10,000 hours, bitches.
10,000 hours and you still won't be any better.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So I have to ask you two about your ongoing feud with Secular Soup.
Oh, that's
Who?
right.
Who? I think they should.
That's all you got to know about that.
I was going to
We
say, I
should-
think Amy with the Y was asking about some sort of obsession.
We should
She has an
yeah.
obsession with us?
No, I think it was
That's
the other way
crazy.
around.
Yeah. Okay, so do me a favor. Just let me know who Amy is, and then we can maybe continue the conversation.
Okay, I do actually
I
have one.
Amy with an eye is in the other room. You want me to get her? That's not a joke.
No, he kidnapped her.
It's all a joke.
Okay, I actually have a really quick question for Tom.
Sure.
Are you the one who writes your insults, or does somebody else write those for vulgarity?
No, I write my. We all write our own.
We all write
insults.
our own. We all write our
We
own.
all write our own.
I was hoping that
Yeah.
was the case because I'm always
Yeah.
like, hey, is it Eli? But
Oh no! Everybody writes. If you hear someone's voice, they wrote what they
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Nice.
For the most part.
For the-
most
99%.
For all five of us.
The five of us.
For the
If there's
five
a
of
guess,
us.
that's a good point.
Once in a great while, Eli will throw little jabs in. Once in a great while, he will put our names on our colors on something that he wrote, but it's only a one-liner. So he'll write. Eli figures it doesn't fit with the theme that he has, so he'll just give it to somebody else. But
Right.
that's rare. It's like
Very rare.
maybe once or twice a skit. But no, Tom writes all his own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're
You're
that
a
mean.
master.
They're that mean.
Oh my
They're
That
so
could be your
mean.
hobby.
Like you're not
I-
even
They're
talking
so
about
mean.
me, and I'm taking it personally.
God
Listen.
damn, they're so mean.
I decided at the very first vulgarity for charity. All these guys are so good at roasting what people look like, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. I am just going to write the meanest shit. And it's not. I decided it wasn't going to be funny, except for the way it was going to get to funny. Is it was just going to be so mean for such an extended period of time that I was hoping it would come around.
Yeah.
To funny. And that it has become a little bit of a thing.
Yeah.
So people kind of, for whatever reason, they dig it.
Yeah, there's
So-
something. What I like is that the only way for Eli to make fun of him is because Tom is the only one who actually has a style. Like everybody else
Yeah.
kind of is all over the place, and there's no way for Eli to really make fun of them because we're all kind of picking from weird shit. We don't really know what we're doing. Tom's the only one with a style. And so it's funny because like when Eli makes fun of him, I'm like, yeah, you're making fun of him, but he's the only one who figured out what he wanted to do.
Right.
All the rest of us are fumble fucking in the dark over here trying to make something funny. Yeah. So
No consistency. Yeah.
yeah, he's
That's
so
awesome.
mean though. God, it's so mean.
It's a little mean.
It's obscene, actually. It's really bad.
I was going to
Yeah.
say though, there are so many people who actually do deserve that. So it's lovely.
Yes,
when you hear
yes.
that. You're just like, yes.
You should read the back end. The back end of that stuff that we get, some of that stuff is so
Yeah.
horrible. People,
Oh my God.
Parents that like
Abuse their
abuse
kids
and
and just-
abandon their children, or people that are like
They tell these-
abusive or terrible, and it's just the worst. So yeah, some of those people definitely deserve it.
Yeah, these people write in like these really heartfelt stories, and they're just like, roast this person. You're just like, Roogie doogie.
And then there's the weird masochists who are like, I want Tom to roast me. And I'm just like, no, you don't.
I
No,
don't
you
understand. They're just.
No, you don't.
I think
No,
they
you don't.
think like, oh, he'll take it easy, and it's like,
you
no,
won't. No, you
I'm
won't.
really not
I
going to
won't
do that.
Yeah.
No,
This is so mean.
that's not the shtick.
Super
I'm not
mean.
breaking the shtick.
Super mean.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us on, guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming. This is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Take care, guys.
Have a good
Take
one.
care, guys.
All right. So long.
Yep.
And that was Tom and Cecil, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jesus.
There was Thomas didn't show up. We just kind of sat here and waited around.
Yeah,
waited
sure.
around.
You miss all that. Well, I hope it was a good interview.
I'm telling you, they
Did you
weren't
guys
here.
say something about it? Because I sure as hell didn't get to talk.
I don't know. I still don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they
I-
never showed up, man. It was just
Yeah, I was really disappointed.
You shouldn't have taken so long in the bathroom, really. Is what the
I had so many
problem is.
questions.
Me too. I was like
I know.
sitting there. I'm like, God, would you just show up? Drum on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I hate you guys. Well, that was Tom and Cecil. Hopefully, you guys had a good time with them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're always hilarious and fun to watch, and you guys should listen to their show, Cognitive Dissonance and Citation Needed. They're always quite hilarious to listen to, and I find it amazing how their show started as an atheist for atheists kind of show, but it turned out to be almost a gateway into the world of atheism via humor and heavy on politics. And I think it's sorely needed, and they do fantastic work.
Correct.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
So if you've never listened to them, just kind of go listen.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Or just listen to this episode over and over again.
yeah. You should just do that. Just do that.
Actually, pretty good.
Well, thank you for Tom and Cecil for being here, even though I wasn't. Thank you to my co-hosts Sabrina, Bradley, Benjamin, and Hertzy, and thank you for listening. You can find us at leftatvalley.ca. You can find us at you can send us an email at leftatvalley@outlook.com. You can find us on facebook.com/
Left at the Valley.
Left at the Valley. You can go to @LATV podcast on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube.
Left at the Valley.
Left at the Valley again.
Yep. It's
And
really
Wild.
not that bad.
give us a 5-star review where you find us. It helps us and helps others find the show. And you can become a patron. Go to patreon.com/LATV. Brent, what do you got coming up there on apologetics?
I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna. Actually, I'm gonna be reaching out to see if I can do some interviews over the next couple of weeks. So,
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Are we
yeah.
going to be having a live there on 22nd? Next
I'm
Wednesday?
not sure. Are you guys? Are you all able to make
We're
it?
actually still in
Should
town
be.
on that day, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
My
Yeah,
arm could be
cool.
twisted.
Oh, there you go.
Really?
I think
Yeah,
we should
we
do it.
should.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Wednesday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern.
This
Yeah.
is the last episode we have before the holiday season, but we have a surprise bonus episode coming up soon, as soon as Hertzy receives her candy. Where we send some Canadian treats to our American friends, and we're just going to do a nice, fun taste test.
We'll do an
the-
unboxing
Yeah.
video. We can
Exactly.
make a reel
Unboxing.
out of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I am
have to
deadly
drag
scared.
Amy into that because my diabetes can't eat that much candy.
Okay. All you gotta do is take one bite of each. Are you able to do
It's a
that?
taste test, yeah. You should be
Yeah,
able-
okay. I went to do like a wine testing and spit it into a
But
bucket.
definitely.
Yeah, there you go.
Bring me along. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brent, you can bring Nikki as well, and Hertzy, you can bring whatever you got.
cats.
You bring the cats. There you go.
Cool. Yeah.
They're always here.
In
Yeah.
January, we'll be talking to Professor Edwin Hodge. We'll be talking about naturalized people, or the independent people they like to call themselves. We'll have Tracy Harris and Jen Belk. We'll be talking about their show as well.
Mhm.
And we'll also have Bernard Laborel. We'll be talking about his latest book. And we'll got some more stuff coming down the pipe. Perfect. Anything else I need to add?
Have a great week
Have
and
a
great
great-
Christmas. Happy
Merry
holidays. Whatever it
Christmas,
is you
happy
do.
holidays.
Yeah. Be
Happy
safe.
New Year's.
Don't drink and drive. Please don't drink and drive.
Yes.
Yes, please don't.
Enjoy the holidays.
Be
Thank you,
careful
guys.
of the ice.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Until next time.
And Happy New Year too.
Oh yeah.
Know that they love the kids, but how the fuck can we protect them while they planning to molest them? We teaching them to respect them.
Fuck that. All right.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm the rest in post.
Go.
Yeah.
That's
there's
great.
no way this videos getting done before New Year's.
Yeah, I've got a lot of editing.
I can't. There's not much I can do in the way of editing this before.